Hi, welcome to Jade Kind Gaming. My name is Adam. I'm here with, I'm guessing it's the fifth session of the Underland Dungeons and Dragons campaign. We got Nick, Austin, Bob, Ryan. He is playing Jimmy. He's
such disdain.
Kalidan
with a K.
Yeah, I fixed it. I spent hours re-editing things because you changed how you spelled your name.
I did not change how I spelled my name.
You changed how it was written on your sheet. Anyways, Henwick and Erich.
I changed nothing. You misread.
Well, let's just say, for everyone that went back and witnessed your original name change, or the name change of your uncle, they'll know.
I just thought it would be way more fun if it was just a little squiggly and it just said with a K above it.
Yeah. Anyways, last time, you went back into the Drow City, did a little shopping, had some great fun, I am sure. Went back out the east gate from the Drow City, and you found your Uncle Argyle, who was evasive, acting weird, and pretty much by the end of that, you determined that either he's a monster in disguise, or something has happened terrible to him that he is not the man he once was.
Either equally plausible.
Yeah. And you fought a hook horror, I believe decapitated it, and around the time we were finishing up, it never got to hit you because you took twice as long out of combat as you needed to by just spending the first 20 minutes not using anything that dealt damage. Just positioning it.
Hey,
20 minutes.
We didn't take damage. That's 20 minutes of positioning done correctly.
You didn't take any hit. You are correct.
I like to point out I was the one who was tanking, so that's pretty impressive.
I tried to hit it. I just kept missing.
Yeah, he blew all of his power points and had to fall back on his bow and arrow.
But you did notice that while it never damaged you, there was fresh blood on its hands. So, though tired,
we were tracking
the last time you sounded like you were going to track it back before going to sleep. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And did you already decapitate it?
Yes, and carrying it along out to the side, bleeding it before I put it in my new waterproof bag.
It's waterproof. Blood is practically water.
Exactly.
I hear it's thicker than water.
Well, but most specifically,
love
it's
is
for carrying
thicker than
body
blood.
parts.
Huh? Love is a concept. I don't understand.
Never mind.
Syrup is thicker than blood.
Syrup is thicker than blood.
Molasses.
Well, you can stick
concrete.
molasses.
Concrete is the most important thing in your lives, everybody. Nothing matters more than concrete, for we judge importance by thickness.
Doesn't that mean we have to get, like, really high radiation atoms and get them into a liquid state to be the most thick liquid?
I think we were fine with concrete, Nick.
God, Nick, you're such a nerd.
So neutron stars?
Yeah, we just gotta get them liquid instead of solid.
Is that the nature of fish?
Does someone want to make a survival check to track it back?
Sure.
They're still going to get the die in.
I rolled a 9. I don't know how to do survival. Oh wait, I actually have that.
Oh, good, because
I got a 12.
12? Are you guys helping him?
Sure.
Yeah, definitely keeping a lie down and looking for blood drops and stuff.
You may have advantage if they're helping you.
Yay!
Yes, quote unquote.
I got a 13.
By the time you find it, you all have a level of exhaustion, assuming you're not going to push on beyond
a
this.
rousing story about my traipsing about the mountain tracking a rare bunny rabbit. Will that give us a bonus?
No, but if they all decide to listen, they can all take a second one in order for you not to have one.
So can I give them a second level?
They have to choose to listen to you.
It's a great story.
You gonna buy it?
By what?
That it's a great story he's gonna tell you?
No, he's just talking.
I raised so many verbal objections.
Okay. That being the case, yeah, you exhaust. does it actually affect? Does it affect anything right now?
I believe disadvantage on things that aren't combat related.
Well, you're not going in. Well, I hope you're not going into combat right now.
We don't know. We could on ability checks.
Yeah, ability checks. So,
Things that aren't combat related.
but that could be related to what you're doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, you after a little bit back and forth, you managed to find the blood dripping wasn't incredibly common near where you are, though. Eventually, you pick up the trail. And you track your way back to, I'm guessing he has light on his shield. Mm-hmm. Then you can tell that they are a pair of horribly blood-stained, torn into, bitten through corpses. The whole mess is covered with blood, with the exception of a oddly clean set of half-plate armor on the larger of the two creatures.
That's great.
I put it on.
Well,
there's half of a body in it right now.
Well, I shake the body out.
Okay, so you approach and you start messing with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did we learn nothing from the cloak?
I was on excavating tombs out in this desert land. You know, I heard it. It's called Sarah. Anyway, the guy goes up there, grabs a helmet, puts it on his head, turns to dust. And that's why I always make sure to check things before I grab them.
Mm-hmm. So, do either of you have the ability to detect magic?
Yes.
Yes. Can we do that on them as I check the bodies over?
If you want to wait around for 10 minutes, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're just sort of, are you like actually
You're not
rifling
really
through
small
things, or are you avoiding
I'll-
touching stuff until
rifle.
he's
Yeah.
detected things?
Just looking over them, just making sure hooked door and all that. If this is a
Yeah,
horror nest.
yeah. It would. Well, it doesn't seem necessarily a nest so much as a slaughter site.
Yeah. This is where he killed them?
Yeah, as best as you can tell, it looks like here or probably about 30 feet that way, but they got dragged here together.
Okay.
And you can probably still recognize. Actually, I'll make you make. Let's go with my nature check.
8. I don't have that, so 8.
8. One of them is a very large, sort of, somewhat monstrous creature. Mm-hmm. Are you over next to him?
He was, what, checking the bodies?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
The smaller one is a goblin. You probably were pretty close to a goblin, as there was one in the amongst the gypsies. They had taken refuge there from so some of the folks within its own culture. But yes, so the smaller one is definitely a goblin, but it is some sort of hobgoblin bugbear. Mm-hmm. You're not really exactly sure. It's also a half-eaten, but a much larger creature.
So these surface dwellers?
They are most commonly surface dwellers. Both of them are ones that you've seen. They can survive down here, but they don't tend to congregate in large groups down here as they would on the surface.
Mm.
Otherwise, and you see Yogan through there.
Drifters.
Yeah, the larger creature is wearing the armor and some gauntlets. You notice specifically some details of bleached leather that is on the goblin, but otherwise some sort of sack, sort of backpack tied to the back of the bugbear. Mm-hmm. There is, getting close, you do see amongst from underneath some of the, just because there is a lot of just tattered and blood-soaked, pretty much unidentifiable fabric right here. Yeah. And you can tell that something is emitting a light from underneath a bit of some of that. There's some chain, and you're not sure exactly what's in the sack, but without rifling through it. But there's trying to see, because I think there was something else here.
Well, their loss, our gain.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's a few things. Looks like possibly a book. A couple other smaller pouches of all bleached leather on the Goblin. I'm guessing before touching anything, you're waiting for him to
detect magic. Yeah,
detect magic.
I'll do a quick hand wave over the bodies to I've forgotten my god's name.
Cast some necromancy spells.
The Brave and Queen Ouijas.
Yeah, Ouijas. Oh yeah, it doesn't have a slot for God on this one.
Glory to the main god.
Yeah. Basically, given this is the first, sentient dead thing we've seen down here.
Okay.
It's like have an afterlife.
Otherwise, the pair of you, I'm sure, just sort of stand by waiting for him to finish his spell as well. To which point we'll get to your detect magic. The half-plate is magical, as obvious. The gauntlets it's wearing are also magical, as is the whatever... there's a little bitty, very small source that's emitting light underneath the fabric. And so all of those are magical.
So not any of the bleached leathers or in the sack?
None of that is actually magical. Nothing in the sack emits magic.
Talking with my... It's like, Just look. I'm pretty sure
A bit
these guys are
of skin
dead.
slides off from where it was sitting on top of bone where you poke.
Yep, they're dead.
I go ahead and point out all the things that are magical to the road to Nick.
Yeah, it's like I'll take all the non-magic, like the sack, roll the body over to see what the light thing is.
Well, the light is actually under some of the tatters of fabric that were.
Move that with a sword.
Okay.
I don't trust things no more.
And it's a small fragment of crystal that's giving off 5-foot dim light. A cool sort of white light.
And just evocation magic?
Just light, Just light. I don't feel like looking up what the light spell is. It's light. Yeah. Then yes.
Right. And what about the ores from the gauntlets and the half plate?
I'm gonna guess gauntlets would have to be transmutation. I will actually have to.
Abjuration, usually the protection skill.
Yes.
+1, they're just universal.
Could be gauntlets of like ogre strength.
Yes.
And the half plate is transmutation.
Alright.
So fresh and so clean. So, after you're done casting that, I asked you if you could start clean up the blood around it so we can rifle through their stuff easier.
They try to just right through their stuff. It's just blood.
Prestidigitation.
Yep. Clean.
So you
Take
just
a while.
take your time to do that?
Yeah. I'm searching, he's cleaning.
Okay.
Mm.
It's like
And do you specifically do anything, or do you just clean through everything?
I'll clean what's there. I'll inspect the gauntlets.
Okay. They have sort of, especially after you clean off some of the blood that's sort of dried in the details, they have big, sort of, brutal faces, like on the side guards, sort of almost like yelling out, golden details amongst silver-plated gauntlets.
Sell
So,
They're magical, they might be useful.
them. Probably.
put them on.
Okay.
Cursed item. You can't take them off. You lose your hands.
Yeah.
No more
However,
casting.
you also you feel a lot more,
Punchy.
Strunk.
yeah,
Okay.
a lot more physically capable.
Okay, I go and try to lift up a big rock somewhere.
You could probably just move the half-ogre, the hobgoblin or stuff to help move
Bugbear.
stuff. Oh, bugbear.
It is a bugbear. You don't necessarily know that, but for clarity on everyone, it's a bugbear.
I try lifting up the bugbear.
I mean, not just like, but yeah, you can physically lift it in a way that you don't feel that you would have been able to before.
Well, let's be fair. He has a -2 to strength.
Yeah, no, he doesn't.
This seems to make me stronger. Let's see. Can't wear the half plate. Were you interested?
I'm already putting on the half plate. That's literally the first thing I did as I walked in and started putting it on.
Oh, okay.
You're like, are you interested in the...
Oh, I see. Well,
Which, if my math is correct, effectively leaves your armor class at 19. I don't know what is half plate. Half plate, I'm pretty sure, is 17 plus dex up to 2. You have +2 bonus to dex, which I believe... Well, no, it's not that. Minus whatever, because you also have a shield. But I think it is effectively one better than the armor of yours that I rusted and felt bad about. Halfway is 15 plus dex, max 2, so 17 plus 2 of your shield, 19 total. Yeah.
Plus disadvantage on stealth and that stuff?
yes, disadvantage on stealth checks.
Oh no, I'm not going to be making those anyways.
It also has weight.
Yes. But, well, pretty strong.
I think it's probably lighter than the armor you had before. I'm not sure.
I doubt it.
Okay, so...
Oh, it's medium armor as opposed to his previous heavy armor.
Yeah, it's the same as ring though. So if you had chainmail or above,
So it's 15 plus 2?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
15 plus dex mod up
What?
to 2.
Yeah, which is 2.
So let me just ask at this point, before we go through, is anyone being wary of anything that they're touching here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially opening the bag, sword, and pushing stuff around.
So what do you, so then do you dump out the bag? Do you
Move it, set it on the ground.
No,
Just
right.
Oh, just dump it and get in there. But it's like, I should tell you about the summer I spent in a tannery, and then the next summer I spent in a butchery.
You dump out the bag, and the first thing is a lot. There's just a big chunks of broken glass that fall out, as well as some liquid, oily sort of liquid that's different than the blood. But yeah,
So
there's-
right, you're keeping the gauntlet that gives you strength, even though you don't use strength.
Yeah, I do.
What do you use strength for?
well, he's never used it before, but he never had it before.
Yeah, I've never had strength before. Any
Theoretically, you could try it out. I don't think it'll affect you.
Yeah, what's your strength?
16.
It'd probably help.
It might just make it a flat 16.
Well, it could be an 18.
Could be.
makes me a lot stronger. And anything that's strength adjacent, it helps with.
Technically, they are slightly big on you, but of course work functionally fine. They were for a creature that was much bigger.
It's like, I say eggs all in one basket and let Bob try them out.
But I have the greatest strength disparity.
Yes, but you
But
also
you
have...
don't use strength.
Yeah, I do.
Fish
For
and two
what?
things.
Anything that's strength adjacent.
So nothing?
So athletics checks, any strength-based saving throws,
Yeah, I'm just
lifting
running
things.
Okay, yeah, within that bag, in
I'm not
addition to the
afraid
broken
of
glass, there's fishing tackle, 6 pittons, and 2 very cheap bedrolls. You also find that the length of chain is spiked and handled as designed as a weapon.
I don't know how that
Spike
changes. I don't know how to use that.
I do. Assuming it's a martial weapon.
It is a martial melee weapon.
So we have a spiked chain weapon too.
Yes. As you clean through fabric, most of it is torn up bits of clothing that was torn off of them to get to the meaty bits. You also find something that appears to be some sort of map. It's designed to lead either to or from a location, like as in not like a map of an area, but a map to either get to or get away from somewhere. But you're not really sure. There is a landmark in there that you take for probably being the Drow City, but it could be some other major city that you're not familiar with. You know that it's not your own home, but
Does the map have any notation?
no, it is basically rough drawn, and It would be difficult to follow, but possible.
Go ahead and store this hand-drawn map. Maybe be able to interpret it later.
One of the bleached pouches, when you open it up, has some really weird things in it. Bits of string, bits of bent metal, hairs. You're pretty sure that's some sort of, bug carcasses. It's a spell component pouch.
Yeah, go ahead and fill mine up.
The other bleached pouch contains money.
Money.
How much?
Well, I'm going to determine that now.
Huh.
It has 4 gold coins, 8 silver coins, 19 copper coins, and 20 iron coins.
So that's a step below copper?
None of you surface people have seen iron coins. You've seen them come through, but as far as you know, they have no value of worth, other than if you get enough of them for the iron to be usable as a material. But you've seen them enough that you know they've been minted somewhere. You're not exactly sure, but there's enough of them here that it feels like either they were weird goblinoids that are collecting odd things because they're stupid, or maybe they were familiar with some value to them.
And it's like...
They are definitely minted coins, though.
You could trade them in at the company store.
And he's like, obviously working for somebody who didn't want to peel them real money, these are hand-in tokens for iron.
So do we want to split that? 1 gold, 2 silver? Each?
Yeah, and the copper.
Well, yeah, and copper. But... Oh, yeah, and
The
copper.
copper.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll take the copper. You don't want your copper.
You take the copper.
I always figured copper goes in the party.
No, I want my cut of the copper.
Well, you can have all 18 copper.
As they just sort of disregard the copper, he's like...
There's... Why is this thing backwards?
What?
It goes from copper down to platinum.
Yeah.
Versus
Yes.
platinum being the highest value should be at the top.
Yeah, this is really
Obviously.
annoying.
Well, copper is the cheapest, so it's the one you're most likely to have the most of.
Gee.
Assuming I'm a jerk and I just give you
We should also
dragon
have-
hordes of
That's at the
copper.
bottom, man. Foundation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the pyramid should go up.
That's fine, I'm fixing it.
I'm fixing it.
Do you care about the iron pieces?
I'd like the iron, my cut of iron as well.
You'll have to actually add a new spot for that one.
I did.
He doesn't use Electrum.
I got rid of Electrum. No one uses it.
To be fair, I thought about using Electrum, but I'm like, I'd rather create my own currency, and I gave iron.
Yeah, don't worry, I
So
fixed
you
it.
guys didn't want no copper or iron pieces?
I did.
Okay, so you get 10 iron pieces and 9 copper pieces?
Did you round up into the bank?
Yep.
He's getting more than the sheriff. Everyone would have split it, so...
True enough.
There's also a bunch of archaic gibberish within the bleached leather book.
Take a look.
Looks...
But I have the greatest disparity of magic, so that should be mine.
Well, you don't have magic armor.
That's pretty true.
I'll trade you this book.
Huh? I'll let you write it down after.
No, I was making fun of you. I don't want the damn book.
Looks like some of them are shitly spells. Also, a lot of it is torn and destroyed. So you can tell, like, you're getting bits of this was going to be a spell, but this isn't enough to be there. There's definitely bits missing. You also find a large section of the book that seems to have a lot of script in Dwarvish script that you're not necessarily familiar with what language it is.
That's okay.
But it seems like almost something was being worked on. So.
Alright.
I can't read Dwarven.
With
Nope.
Dwarven script, huh?
I got common and giant.
Common celestial.
Chirpy chirp chirp chirp.
Primordial.
Elven and common.
And primordial.
Gnome, common, undercommon, abyssal.
Yeah, none of you have the language that it is.
More importantly, as I can speak
I
these
do.
languages out loud
I
with
do.
my face.
No.
Yeah, I do.
No?
You have to cast a spell, and
Yeah.
I don't know if you have that spell yet.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
You still don't speak the language until you cast the spell.
Exactly.
So no, you don't.
So after rifling through your stuff, I believe we've grabbed everything of value.
Since I have the book and it's in tatters and what have you, I'm going to look as best I can through all of their stuff and try to collect any pieces or scraps of it that I can find.
Okay. Yeah, don't find a whole lot, but yeah.
I certainly didn't help matters.
Dump out all this glass and oil.
The book was not in that bag. The book was on person of the, or near person of the goblin.
Spell cast, you got one.
Yep.
So I say we
Want to set camp?
well, not right next to the corpses now. I believe they'll track.
We can put them in the hall.
You are in the middle of what is essentially a hall.
Just put them that way.
I figure we just walk back a while until we're out of shot of them. Or if we can find an alcove in any
He's
of the
right
halls.
that we could potentially use the corpses as essentially a distractive feed for anything that might be coming this way. Go for the easy meal.
Yeah. So we just go back and find somewhere where we can put our
Taking the big one out of its metal shell.
Yeah. So we peeled it.
So nice.
Well, I don't have any ability to speak with them, but go ahead and chop off one of their hands.
So,
Big or little?
Big hand, little hand.
Big hand.
so what does the armor actually do? Just stay clean?
It stays clean.
That is its main feature.
That is all, at least as far as you know. That is the only obvious property.
Yeah, big hand.
Being magical, it is also technically automatically resist to the rust of a rust monster. Because it does not rust magical things.
I wasn't worried about that.
Just saying.
It is specifically an anti-rusting magic.
It's transmutation, so it changes something.
Blood into not blood? Dirt into not dirt?
Well, we can start covering Bob in crap and see what
I would
it does.
prefer you didn't.
I'm not sure how literal he's being, but...
I don't know. Do we want to give the dim light stone to Bob?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, now you have emergency light.
I can cast like the spell.
Now you have emergency. Wait, do you actually get cantrips with your class?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I can't cast it yet, though. It requires verbal.
Ah. But
I totally have it, though.
well, we don't know that, so it's like you want the emergency light.
Yes, I do. Because
It's like a little pebble.
at one point, I will certainly tell you that I can cast that.
Did you take the spiked chain?
Yeah, sure, I can write that down.
I totally just left my armor on the ground, though.
15 pounds.
16 tons.
The spiked chain or his armor?
What do you get?
The spike chain.
Oh. Another
The
day
spike
of
chain I
living
have to
deeper
give
in
you
death.
details on.
Exactly.
I think it's you can always re-ask it for later. 2d4 piercing, reach, finesse, heavy, two-handed, special, which is the ability to attempt to trip a creature with an attack. You basically take disadvantage on your attack roll, and for doing so, if you hit and the creature is large or smaller, it must make a strength save, DC 8 plus your attack bonus on the attack, and on a failed save, you knock the target prone.
What if I
would make
catapulted
this
that?
mine.
What if I catapulted that?
It would take damage like everything else. It would just be hilarious flying. Well, you can't. 15 pounds, not 1 to 5 pounds.
That's true. I've been catapulting an axe. I don't even know if I'm allowed to. So I might surprise you. Didn't write down weight.
Yeah.
So it either has no weight or all the weight, and I should be crushed under the weight of this axe. I'm not sure which. But thus far, I'm fine.
What kind of axe is it?
Why?
Battle.
Battle?
How much?
4 pounds.
Why?
Because you literally had not knowledge of something and he looked it up.
Oh, I didn't care.
Yeah.
I can tell because I didn't even write down. Now everyone can tell because I'm still not running it down.
So that was what, 2d4 piercing?
Yes.
Though it is eligible for me to fling with my smell, so I guess that's good news.
Well, yeah, you got to be able to wield your
And
shield
10-foot reach.
so you
Can
can
it-
do the great axe.
Can it attack with
Yeah.
not reach?
Because shields are required. Because otherwise you die a horrible death due to your lack of shield.
I don't have a shield. Well,
Yes, you
technically I do have a shield. I don't wield the shield, and I went up against a Hertor and killed it in single combat.
Well, the rest of us all
It
have-
wasn't single combat. It was
I'm pretty sure it
you
was single
and a whole
combat.
bunch of other people.
I remember it distinctly. I was in the center of the room.
Vic, my
fighting a
character
Hertor.
cannot argue with you, so you arguing with me is all out of game. Therefore, your insanity doesn't count.
Wasn't he between you and it?
Yeah.
Only at the end there. He was just trying to hog some glory.
The other 3 of us have shields.
Also, I'm pretty sure he only came out because he wanted to congratulate me on killing Hertor.
Yeah, with all of my voice.
I'm pretty sure.
Why do you have a shield?
10.
Because I might need to boost my AC if somebody hits me.
Yeah. Yeah, who doesn't have a shield? Anyone? Just
Just
you?
plus 5 AC.
Man, I know you have a shield.
The 3 of us have
What?
shields.
I don't have the spell.
No, but you have a shield.
Yes.
So all of us have shields.
Yeah.
Ryan's being magical only in nature. So we head back down the hall a little ways and set up camp.
Yeah. We'll find a best as we can manage spot.
From the areas that you've been exploring sort of in this region, you know that there aren't many in the way of alcoves. Sort of like the tunnels kind of bulge and...
Let's take one and camp out in it.
There's no... Wait, can we find a place with a dead end?
Not specifically, no. Sort of the veiny, large, open areas that you've been exploring that have sort of just giant columns. If you walked all the way around it, you would know that, but of stone.
Did you cut it out of a tablecloth?
No.
Did you
This
go
is
to like...
canvas.
No, it's just canvas. I just had spare canvas.
Oh. So it's made for drawing.
Is this the,
That's the city.
I thought we came south to north, not north to south.
You
North
came
that way.
south to north,
Oh.
up. North. You're on the north.
Alright. East, wrong way. Yeah. Gotcha.
Alright, and where are we?
You are out in this area.
Okay.
Ish.
Way too far to get back to someplace like that.
Well, that's the mine.
Well,
Yeah.
we're still down in caves, right?
Yes.
Alright.
That's kind of where this...
So
Yes.
So we teleport to the surface.
So
No.
we could go to the minor mine because minor mines are major business.
That's like
you would-
another half-day travel.
Yeah, that's a long trip.
Are we in an area where I have 2 walls and 2 pathways?
Yes.
I sit down, I start making camp.
Yeah.
No, this walking stuff is done. These people,
You are very tired.
like, nah, this is fine.
And it's like there's some...
2 walls is enough.
There should be like stalagmites somewhere that we can...
And there is rough terrain along a lot of the walls you know of from, in your combat, but it's the kind of thing, it's not secure.
I'm going to spend an hour and bond my good battle axe as opposed to my bad battle axe.
That's your thinker.
Yeah.
I just go to sleep.
You just go to sleep?
Yeah.
What about y'all?
Alright.
Bedtime.
Bedtime? Eric?
Yep.
After an hour, what do you do?
I go to bed.
Until something happens, we
One
don't...
of you roll a luck check. Somebody.
10. 11.
11? Okay.
See, nothing bad happens when you sleep out in nowhere with no watches. It's completely unnecessary.
Make a perception check.
Boop.
6.
Plus 2, 8.
You have an awful lot of rope.
No, I don't.
You have 100 feet of rope.
I think I only have 50.
You have 50 hemp rope and 50 silk rope.
Ah.
Is that rope tied on the outside of your bag?
Where else would it be?
Well, you're not sure when you wake up in the morning. But we'll get to that. I also have 100 feet of rope. I bought it. This is our. Yes, but his poor luck check went to poor luck for
Somebody
random
else.
person.
Can I see dinosaurs?
Why?
I need to check my class.
You didn't level up.
No. I would like to. We can do it while playing and just ignore it.
And you
Oh,
you
yeah,
find
free
yourself
time.
back at the corpses. And as you shift your way looking through them, they look sorrowful at you. As dozens and dozens of ravens swarm down to pick flesh from bone, while a dove softly lands on your shoulder and nudges your head to look away.
It's like, Dove, this is supposed to be your job. You're supposed to be a shepherd of the dead.
What? The dove?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah. Dove is Weejas.
Dove is Weejas. That's dumb. Okay, I'm sorry that every time I say it, I don't say dove with eyes of flame threatening to show a blood-led skull behind him.
He's more mad that the crows are not the chooser of the slain, as they are in most mythologies, because they're carrying birds.
Also, crows are cooler than doves. Doves
To be
are
fair,
tastier.
They're
Crows
first
are
off, they're
cooler.
ravens. Second off, they clearly are here with the dead.
Mhm.
So
Their union probably quit. They just looked at him and said, "You know what? We're tired of this bad pay. Never more," and left.
But yes, you do find, upon waking up from a very restful night's sleep, that the rope seems to have been untied and taken from your bag.
What rope?
Were they both on the outside?
Yes.
Then they were both taken.
There's some rope napping going on.
But why? I have so much stuff that's actually worth things.
Was anything else obviously more valuable outside of your bag?
Yes.
What?
The
My
sword,
sword.
the shield.
The sword, the shield. I guess the
How,
cloak would
were
be
those
used as a
more?
blanket.
Yeah, cloak and
Would
bedroll were blanket. I figure you're probably right next to your weapons.
Well, it's not like on me.
He switches to pajamas at night.
Well, no, but it's like if anything, I sleep on those things. But it's like there's a sword, all jeweled and carded.
That also just seems louder. You'd have gotten an advantage if they were trying to take that.
Well, that wouldn't have helped.
As far as everyone else, everything seems to still be there. But I'm guessing you do bring it up.
No. I think some things you just disappear. Happens. Shoot, considering how often I use the rope, it might take me a couple days to notice.
The rope went on an adventure of its own. It'll be back.
You will... Maybe.
The best part will be is if that rope,
rope.
you find that rope tied up with the other rope, you went, those monsters!
No. The whole thing is it's silk rope and hemp rope. They actually went off on a tryst. It was a love affair, and they've run away together.
Jump over the moon?
That's true, the silk rope's parents probably isn't too happy to see with that rough hemp rope. Get it, because hemp rope is actually
Was
rougher
the
than
spec
silk
chain
rope.
two-handed? Or one-handed?
It is a two-handed.
Didn't have versatile?
It is two-handed.
The spike chain is?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
My axe has versatile.
Yes.
Otherwise, you wake up. Of course, a night's rest will cure your exhaustion.
Woohoo.
If you even bothered to mark it down.
Nope. We were sleeping after.
We were supposed to mark it down?
No, I said if you even bothered.
Full heals, by the way. You just are full. Since when? Since this campaign.
Yeah.
No.
You need to get half your hit dice back. Hit dice are used for short rests, so you can heal up in the middle of the day.
Yeah, well, then yeah. I don't remember where I took damage, because we apparently didn't take any during the car fight, but I had damage on the sheet, so...
Probably self-inflicted.
For what?
Probably did something stupid.
It doesn't sound like me.
Are you inserting a clip right now? Because that'd be great if you inserted a clip, especially Starfade.
No. See, I decided not to insert clips to make you look stupid, so I'm not going to insert clips to make other people look stupid either.
Why would you insert clips to make me look stupid? I'm obviously right every time.
I decided to just let it be with that.
No, if you insert clips, it's funnier for everyone. I don't mind being stupid.
Oh, good. It's also super. But yeah, it's actually weird, and it also would be distracting.
Yes. Anyways, heading back to city.
Alright, and that takes...
Hold on. Do we want to spend my divination right now or later on in the day?
We could do that. It's an hour type of deal. Well, we're outside of town. Might as well do all the stuff that will probably get us in trouble if we do it inside of town.
Orgy?
No, I'm going to start casting my ritual.
It totally would get us in trouble inside of town.
Fair point, yeah. He'll give you time to do that. He has something to do.
Yeah.
You guys sort of check around the area?
Mm-hmm. Make sure nothing's coming up on us before we leave.
I throw my axe and summon it back. Does it work?
It does.
I'm very happy about that.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be a jerk if I said no, wouldn't I?
Nope, takes verbal components. It's too bad for you.
I actually checked it,
but it's broken.
It doesn't say anything about it.
No, then he throws his axe, but he comes back when it's broken.
It's rusted. What? How? You hit a baby rust monster.
Back there, that rust monster's dead.
I have the ability to pull things and rust them to my hand.
Yes.
If you go far enough back, you can tell that something's happened with where the bodies down the hall have been.
Oh, yeah, no. Don't check that far. I just figured something will eat them.
What?
Well, we noticed the bodies got munched on?
Yeah.
Thank God we have the light of day to check them out.
The cycle of life.
Mm-hmm.
He can see in the dark, and
It doesn't matter.
They were attacked by myconoids. No.
It was a joke, Adam.
but you don't have the light of day. It's not...
Moving on.
It was a joke, Heidi.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, Sheldon. Calm
So
down.
you sit down with your bowl.
Yes!
The brazier.
Incense. Yeah, but if I say the word, I'll pronounce it wrong.
That brass brazier.
Razor.
Brazier. There you go. Nailed it.
But only because you just deliberately pronounced it wrong.
Yes, I'm willing to look stupid for you.
I love you. Anyways.
Good. I'm amazing. I really am the bee's knees.
Yeah, and carefully add that. And yeah, when you actually open up the patch of incense, you definitely understood why he said, keep this closed in here. You don't need to do that. You can kind of do this and it's... Yep, you got it.
He chews it up and spits it into the fire.
But yeah, a lot of it's that. A lot of sort of grinding of herbs and sort of just working them into this
Pace.
hand.
This is going to be stinky work, my friends.
Yeah, you guys can...
Yeah, you're playing with a gross hand.
Yep.
And yet, the incense is what smells.
I'd say this is nothing. I'm just getting started. Wait until I get up to full bodies.
So
That tells you all a little something. But
So I go off a little bit away from him and concentrate on the question: is Uncle
Argyle.
Is the original Uncle Argyle from that city still alive?
I thought it was supposed to be vague.
No, the answer is going to be vague. Therefore, you try to make the question precise.
Well, you could word it specifically for whether or not it's Kalidan's Uncle Argyle is still alive.
as opposed to your own Uncle Argyle, which is what I was going to answer. But
He's dead. He's been dead for 40 years. You know, you went to his funeral.
I'm an orphan!
Past life.
Hey, I'm an orphan too.
You're also...
No, I still have tons of family.
I'm not an
I
orphan.
felt
My
like
parents
younger
were
than that.
like
You don't have an age listed, but I feel like less than 40.
15.
Yeah.
My grandmother is dead.
Oh, yes.
All of my family except for Argyle is dead.
Yes.
You can just cut that second part off that statement.
Well, we'll see here in a moment.
There's no need for you to be a Debbie Downer there, Vic.
I don't know if you want to copy information from your
Oh,
claw and crawl.
I have a...
You already...
Yeah, I already have an image
Okay.
of it.
Oh, you just...
Yep. Does it have to come with the handle?
Hmm?
A little
Maybe.
bone handle?
There's a bit of it. It's probably broken differently, but...
Is that so that you can slap someone with it or put like a fancy silver cap on it so it can still look pretty?
No, it's just because it was sort of broken off of a body that used to be there.
Can we paint the fingernails?
Yes.
That's really up to him. And the hand.
We can make the hand the prettiest princess. You can give it a little tutu and everything.
Yeah. I could totally dress it up.
I think it's also of note. Well, a little bit bigger than a human's hand. Not a huge amount.
I took the left hand.
The evil hand?
I took the left hand. I'm calling him Paw.
Yeah. Probably a little bit furry, clawed fingers. Yeah. There's the hand of a bugbear.
I have a big meaty fist with claws and fur.
Put the gauntlet on it.
It would not have any effect because it cannot wear the pair of them.
Yep.
Get a second hand.
Can't do that. He already vetoed that.
He tried.
Already attempted.
Put one glove over the other glove.
It's not how gauntlets work.
Nothing else. The fingers would be backwards.
Hey, dude, just it's an undead hand. Just bend them in the right way.
No, I mean the gauntlets.
Yeah, just bend it.
Where's the thumbs, Austin?
Well, wherever they choose to be. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Liquid hands. Should have been tentacles.
And then you can get all of them in.
If
His
you're
grasp
found
to
on
life
top
has
of-
not yet failed. He lives.
Information says he lives. His grasp of life has not failed. Because that might be important somehow. Who knows? Freaking mystical mumbo
Can
jumbo.
Ryan enchant a tentacle, a dead tentacle, to flop around and do his bidding?
No.
It has to be a hand?
That's the hand.
We already told it couldn't be the hooked warrior's hand, which is just a rigid set of bone.
It could have been that hand. The problem is it wouldn't have been able to move so good.
It just would have
Lie there. I have a
you can sense it's how upset it is with existing.
So if it was like a crab claw, it just...
Just sitting there. What is my purpose? You lie there.
Sometimes I'll hit things with you.
But yeah, by the time he gets that answer for you, your gnome friend Henwick is got himself a hairy cousin-it. Or not cousin-it, thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Cousin
not
it.
cousin-it really is hairy.
It thing.
Yeah.
Thing it.
Exactly.
Alright. Welcome to the crew, Paw.
And start heading back.
Anyone have opinions on that?
Don't care.
Nope.
I don't know.
I apprenticed under a necromancer once.
Oh, really?
Yep.
How'd it go?
Fascinating.
It was fun, but then he died. I mean, he said he was going to come back, but I waited like 2 whole days and he didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Jesus
So-
was a weird dude.
So I robbed him and left.
Quite sure.
Yeah, Jesus was a weird dude left after 2 days. Oh, you missed it.
I don't know. Almost every urchin I've ever known had a pet rat. They're all weird.
Just because the player character urchins has them does not mean that all urchins have
All urchins have rats.
It's a small town. How many urchins could there be?
As many as there are rats.
They bring them, you see.
One just spontaneously appears with it as it's born, then, abandoned because urgency.
Well, it gets born, rat shows up, it's like, oh, this is a bad kid.
Yeah.
Just throw him out.
This is a crappy Potter universe.
Well, what happens is that they eat the rat's mother when the rats are still pups. And then go, oh, well now you're an orphan too. And they raise it. It's empathy.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Either that or it's Master Splinter's recruiting gone awry.
Just stuck with turtles.
And we head on back to town.
Returning our Hotor head.
Yes.
And theoretically, we now have a treasure map.
Or just something that,
Random hobgoblins and goblins have. Or bugbear.
yeah, it's some sort of in-between for the surfacers. These explorers. Or drifters, or whatever they were.
Okay, so let's keep traveling along the map.
And it takes a bit. A little more than half a day. But with no real incident in these open tunnels, you find your way back to the large stone wall that enters into the Drow City.
Knock, 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 knock.
I see you.
Yes.
It's a gate.
Oh, I thought it was an actual wooden door with just like a
No,
slit
it's like a bar's gate.
Oh,
They
okay.
can see you coming.
Oh.
Literally, part of their job is to stand there and keep an eye out to see if anything is coming.
Hang a cup across it.
We have returned successful.
Didn't old
Where is the hand when you get back to town?
You need to buy a hat that can hide under.
Yeah. That's
It is a familiar. You can just put it into nothingness.
Oh, then.
Yeah, it is still a familiar after all, with all it is.
Yeah.
You can just have it go into its pocket dimension or whatever.
egg space.
Yeah.
Familiar
The
pocket.
hand goes in the pocket.
Ask
Yeah,
if
that's
they,
right. Goes in my
if a grizzled Goliath had come by here in the last day. He's not grizzled enough.
It's the only one that's been through.
Okay. That in.
When you make your way in, through the tunnel, and as you're able to sort of see the far end, you hear someone screaming in terror, crying against something. Not a sudden shriek, but just a continuous,
Wail of despair.
yeah.
Up or down? Like, back the way we came or towards the city?
Towards the city.
They are in our way.
Does it maintain its same pitch?
A bit sobbing.
Oh, it's sobbing?
So it sounds less dangerous and more someone sad.
They probably stubbed their toe.
So it has kind of a cadence to it, like an up and down to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Almost as if they were crying.
Keep on walking up.
Yeah, let's continue.
Yeah. No, at a casual pace, you will have it basically get louder and then start to fade away again.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Big city.
We killed the monster. Our sanity meter shouldn't be depleted.
Yeah.
That's not that game.
There's rules for sanity in this game.
Yes, that's still not the game he's talking about.
So keep on heading up to the fancy people district.
Unless you feel like giving me a submachine gun.
I do not.
But you could.
And frankly, I don't think even that was the game he was talking about.
And you're thinking of a Chicago typewriter, not a submachine gun.
It was a submachine gun. Tommy gun is a class A
It
submachine
is
gun.
a submachine gun.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what...
Yes.
Okay.
We'll discuss it later at length. Don't worry. There'll be graphs.
Yes,
There
but
probably won't be. He has offered that to me many times, and they never
You
show
keep
up.
turning down the graphs.
Yes, I believe you are speaking more of Throne of Darkness, murdering,
Yep.
abominations. Like, well, they can't be that scary. I can take them.
But yeah, you make your way up to the limping man's house, I believe.
We didn't find who was howling.
No, we walked
No,
through
not if you just continue to go slow. If you were interested, as I said, like basically something was moving past the opening of the tunnel. It got louder, and then it got quieter as you were still walking towards.
I don't know. Baron, do you want to
If
investigate?
you want to move forward at a quicker pace, you can find out what was going on.
Okay, then yeah.
Are you actually curious, or do you just want to keep out of it?
Sure. We'll move quicker.
Well,
I was all about keep out of it.
I move faster.
I agree with him.
You're allowed. You're in the town. You figured you're safe to split the party if the pair of you want to move forward.
Well, I have to keep them in sight because they have my money in the head of the hook horror.
Yes, they do.
And let's be fair, only Austin's good.
Wait, he is?
yeah,
Why does he keep subjecting us to these stories?
They're
great
good stories.
Yeah, they're great stories.
And Ryan's awful.
And I'm just regular neutral.
Same. Whole lot of not our problem.
And I'll make it our problem. Then it'll be our problem.
No, it will be at most your problem.
It'll be all of ours.
And yeah, as you pretty much get up there, then just slightly being dragged now away from you past it is an elven man, a very greenish skin, definitely surface, but basically crying and screaming that he did nothing against the Spider Queen. He has nothing against her. He is innocent, and being dragged, arms tied by 4 people along the road. It's not openly bleeding, but he is definitely losing from whatever clothing he was wearing. It is being torn by the road as he goes down, and he is being pulled by the city guard.
Yep, the city guard got him, not my business.
I intercede on his behalf and ask you.
I walk away from Victor.
I have a duffel bag full of forehead I gotta go do with.
Yeah, we're busy.
It's like, look at it. Yeah, I gotta. I get in there. Oh, what seems to be the issue here?
They get really close to you, almost not recognizing, wait, someone is stopping this, until they're like walking in, like almost like try and step around, and you have to actively block them before they realize that it wasn't just you weren't paying attention.
Nope, it's deliberate.
Yes.
What seems to be the problem here?
They speak regular common, that's good for them.
Yes, the majority of the population within the city speak common. It's only as you get to the outskirts that you get the more farmers and such only speak.
Elvish or Undercommon.
Yeah. Yep. He has been found with holy iconography to banned deities.
Which band-aids?
As you walk around in your spider motif.
Yes. Yeah. No, you're.
So it's the spider.
I'm surprised
Is it
that
the good drow goddess?
No.
It's a different one? No.
Is there one of those?
Yeah.
I don't know if
the
there's
moon
one in
one.
Greyhawk.
Oh yeah, the
Illustrator.
moon one. That's from one of the books I read.
Yeah, illustrator.
It's more
You know.
fun to do that. But I'm
For my own information.
to be fair, you've heard him saying nothing against the.
Well, I'm not
Spider
going to
Queen.
walk around
I
going,
know.
I love Farlingen.
No. So you know that as far as the way he is pleading as if it's anything other than lol.
Lol.
But yeah, but they express he had the hand and eye of Vecna.
You mean he had a
I'm new in the
symbol? A symbol of the hand and eye of Vecna, not the actual artifacts, right?
That is
If
not
that random elf had that, we're robbing him.
To be fair, that is not what they say, and unless you're going up and interfering, you guess. But the way they said it, he had the hand and eye of Vecna. that is the words that they've used.
No, I hear that. I'm like, not the actual like desiccated artifacts, right?
Or do you actually now try to approach and
just hustle up there? Would you?
Because you are some distance away.
Yeah, if I hear that, I go up and I'm going to ask.
Were you actively trying to get close enough to hear the conversation? Because you would have totally missed it otherwise.
Then no. I would have missed it.
Yeah, no. You ask if that is illegal, and one of them hands the rope they were tying him to, and just sort of puts his arm on the back and says, "Come with me," and continues to march you.
That'll probably work out fine, right?
It'll work out fine. I mean, it's like, well, I assure them this is all a huge understanding. I'm sure my esteemed friend here didn't mean to have contraband.
You have now just claimed this elf as your esteemed friend.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay.
No.
At the very least, you can see that he's... Do you trace him? To at least see where he's being taken?
No!
Like, you don't take a distance, you just let him... He's gone?
Yeah, he wandered off.
Well, we'll get through this together. Me and my old friend here. We've known each other for years. I mean, I haven't seen him in a while. But I'm sure he'd never do something so abhorrent.
So how is this elf taking these lies?
Well, he better be...
Well, right now...
He
is still being... The elf is still being dragged on the ground and really hardly paying any attention to it.
Oh.
He continues his cries. Otherwise, yeah, you are taken to...
That same court building we've
Yeah,
been going
exactly, yeah.
We were heading there anyways, because that's where we have to turn in the...
Nope.
No, it's not.
to? We have to go up to the
Private
nobles
residence.
area.
Yeah. Government building. Technically,
We'll be
you're
down there to check for
you
more
are taken
jobs.
to an entrance other than what you...
Yeah, there's
you
that
did.
in front.
Yeah, not the front, but basically at this point, you are taken and you are put into a cell.
Welcome to Blackgate.
Basically, and as long as you go peacefully,
Yeah.
they simply walk you with pretty much his arm around your neck until you are in there and the gate is being locked. As for the elf, which continues to struggle, they gather cords, put them on the inside through some bars, and just yank him into the cell and lock it. Basically pull him that forcibly into...
Well, as they're leaving, I assure them, this is all a misunderstanding.
We'll get to it. And they leave.
I'm not worried. I'm super confident.
Interesting.
I work on the elf, trying to get him to calm down, and
It takes some time.
And remind him that we are really good friends, old friends. And we're fine. We're going to be fine.
It takes some time. Okay, so the pair of you get out of the tunnel, where you find Kalidan, not Erich.
What?
Wait.
Erich is not at the exit of the tunnel,
Yeah.
where once you reach that, Kalidan still is.
Kalidan, how did you get ahead of us?
He went forward to investigate. He saw what he was doing, and he backed up.
I thought we were going...
We already
Fourth
all
way.
reached the top.
No, you were... It is a single tunnel from entrance to the city
I
to
got
the city
you.
itself.
I got
You
you.
have a simple tunnel that goes
He
straight
ran,
forward.
we walked.
Yeah, the pair of them ran forward. He got involved, and he changed his mind.
Okay.
And so he is now meeting you. Erich is not.
I wasn't going to get involved. I just wanted to see.
Yep.
And you did.
Yep.
And Eric got taken away.
Yeah, you're not involved. Erich is no longer with you. He did.
I'd love to explain it to them using all my words.
So you're just like...
I pantomime it the best I can.
Now, what do you pantomime?
I make a stupid face
Kind
and
of
start
stupid.
going.
It's really horrible if you're going to do stupid faces and not be like, okay, let's try
I
to...
make a stupid face, then act like I'm talking a lot and wildly gesticulating, And then I take my hands and go like this, and then just continue with the stupid face, keep talking, and then act like I'm being dragged off.
So, Eric's talked his way into chains. Gotcha.
Well, he's
I'm not in chains.
Say the main point of it is that Erich has gone off to get us another story, so I think we should let him have it.
Did I ever tell you about the time I was in prison? Not this prison. It was a much bigger prison, run by a king. He wasn't really a king. He was technically only a prince, but there was some fuss up with the inheritance. Anyway, I was accused of robbing the treasure.
You're not there anyway, so what are the rest of you?
Heading up to the noble section.
Yep, we gotta go find our man who wanted the hooked horror that injured his lady.
He wasn't actually in the noble section.
Well, this Elton old friend, he'll enjoy my stories.
He was up in the less,
Yes.
non-brow area.
Which is different than the noble section.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot less clerics down here.
Yeah. But otherwise, yes, you return, takes him some time, takes him a moment to recollect.
Alright, upward money.
Ah, yes, my injured leg. I nearly forgot.
Yes.
He was an adventurer till he took that arrow in the knee.
That hook to the knee.
Otherwise, yeah, no, you butt the head, and he sort of just, lets you say, yes, you can put it here, and we'll go get that sorted down, out.
Are you going to put it in a glass case?
Sort out getting it stuffed or something, but so you just sort of leave it here, and we'll go
I
get the
set
tape.
it on an end table, just in his foyer,
Staring straight at the door.
Yeah.
The corpse guard's got some formaldehyde and other preservatives.
Yes.
But otherwise,
I'm sure he can figure out his own head.
and sort of leads you out and locks the door, and basically takes you back down to government building where things are posted, and pretty much clears, they have done work, and sort of, basically money was in a hold.
Yes.
By
Very good.
by
Escrow.
Yeah.
And how much was that?
That was 400 gold to split between the 3 members the party has.
Once we get down to there, I will inquire about our missing party member.
Who do you inquire with?
That nice person who took care of us the last time.
Okay. Someone's missing?
When we arrived, one of our party members rushed off, and we believe he was taken by the guards. We just wanted to check in on that.
Well, I wouldn't know details, but I mean,
if you could just point me where I could find Pat, that helped.
Well, how long ago has that been?
45 minutes?
Oh, well, then he probably has not even been seen yet. He will be locked away if he was taken by them.
Oh, okay.
Sucks to be you, nerd.
It's fine.
Well,
100.
Can you even see that?
Probably not.
Are you going to forget that 100 gold by writing it that way?
More than likely.
Somebody else would remind him.
He drew it on the line. I'm like,
Do I need to write it down?
Hey, you have to be
That's
more
fine.
intelligent. So he's just in lockup right now?
I don't know exactly, but that's usually where they go from.
Well, who can I inquire with to find out? Do you know?
Until he's been processed, he is confined. If he was taken in,
Yeah.
no one may see him. No one may speak with him. And
I don't want to speak with him. I just want to find out if he's been confined.
Make a persuasion check. There's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
You just look at him like, listen here, dumb dick.
I'm not allowed to say who's in there. I'm not allowed to talk about it. If I did know, no one is. You're not allowed to know. You're not allowed to interfere.
Okay. Well, I'll go over to the job board, check and see if there's any interesting jobs for if we can get him back out.
Okay, those two things did not line up.
There's a...
No, I look for interesting
Fail!
jobs, comma,
Yeah.
if we get him back out.
Yeah, I already posted up a job to break me out.
Yeah. No, I'm looking for interesting jobs. It's something to pass the time, to find good ones that we can do if we get Eric back.
Or if we don't.
Yeah.
Are you before you were looking in a specific direction and you had details? What do you?
This time, broadening the search. I mean, we know maybe Argyle / fake Argyle's to the east. And he probably didn't go through the city. He's pretty adamant about that.
Last omen, I believe we got had no said that he wasn't towards the east, that we wouldn't find Argyle.
He said fake Argyle's to the east.
Yeah, fake Argyle.
Yeah.
So not east would be a good direction.
Yeah, so we'll just start spiraling out from the city.
Back south, there was the notes of farmers missing attacks. Same thing we had before.
Mm-hmm. Those farmers never pay attention to attacks.
Let's see.
Get it. Get search party notes. A couple other random, vaguely described things of basically hunting party. One looking for party 2, search and explore. Open.
I'd say whatever.
Area.
Our next best lead is heading south because that's where I know that the jewels have been being disturbed. So that would probably be the next location that I'd have a reason to investigate if I'm not going home from here.
Yeah. I could work with that. We can keep asking the sort of questions about Ariel because we don't really have any other leads.
Right.
Looking broadly on the board, you do also notice some details of basically just general, almost the kind of things that less have things to pull and more just like almost aged bits of parchment that have been on there for so long. Just sort of general, rewards for news of various illegal activity.
Report to your local officer.
Yeah.
So we start framing people.
False worship and, etc.
So it seems like there's an enforced worship thing here.
Right.
Or at least you can't not worship the spider.
So presumably, if we could go to the surface and kidnap worshippers of Salem Lee Moonbow, we could bring them down here and get money for it. That would be an evil act.
I don't know who that is.
A rival of Lolith.
Well, does that person
you obviously
exist?
just take a bunch of Coralons.
Well, yeah.
See, the difference is Kurlon exists.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, take a bunch of Coralon worshippers. Bring them down. Nobody will miss them.
No.
Not even Corlin.
No.
Well, think about it.
So I'm in prison.
Kurlon does not pay attention to his own worshippers.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason that the Drow turned against... That all the elves turned against him towards Lolth.
Yeah.
Because they all went for Lolth because she cared.
Evil dick, but cared.
Yeah. She actually wanted to parent them.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you don't reach level 16.
Wait, what?
Old lore.
However, whether or not this is true or not...
After half hour, maybe a little more,
Managed to calm this dude down.
someone does come in basically to collect, to basically have, gather your things. Because as of this point, you were put in a cell with everything you had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they come into the cell with food syringes?
No. No, and don't be stupid. But no, and basically collect your things and give you basically a plain sort of black set of clothing.
I expect that stuff back.
Well, we expect to find that you've done nothing wrong.
You will have no doubt.
No fear. And they do. Basically, they just have a large bag that everything just sort of gets put into. And they'll get your name, and they'll basically write it on a parchment and throw that in the bag and seal. Tie it shut and
Close the Ziploc top.
and they do the same thing from the man you've been working to calm down.
Tattooed just with eyeballs and hands all over his body.
My goodness, it's been 2 years. What happened to you?
I don't know this man anymore. He's totally turned to the secret side.
Everyone knows secrets are bad.
Secrets are no fun. Secret hurt someone.
So did I tell these guards about the last time I was in prison?
You started to, but they walked away while you were still going. Anyways,
Come back, you just pick it up.
As soon as I come back, it's like, so where were we?
working with your new friend there.
Yeah.
I will let you make a, I guess I'd probably persuasion to calm him down.
Oh, yeah. 9.
Take some time. So what are the rest of you guys doing while your friend is gone?
Not enjoying good stories.
I guess we could go find an inn for the evening. Check back up here tomorrow.
I don't know. How far into our day are we as far as, like, traveling back?
You were certainly more than halfway through the day.
Oh, so we're at half day now?
Beyond that.
Okay.
So like 3 or 4 in the afternoon.
Then I am going to go looking for first male-dominated parts of the city, and then I'll be looking for maybe like a guard post or some sort of information center, or something that I find towards the south, just to get some information if anything's been happening that way.
Initially, north and south parts of city are not the easiest to get direct blinds on, because there are the city is divided by walls that run north and south. So basically, each tier kind of has a north and south to it. But as far as the original entrance where you'd come, there's a little bit of talk. Nothing's really happened near the city, but some of the farmers down in the town that you'd actually slept in, there's definitely been some stories of things with the fishing halls and around there.
Anything?
Giant crab thing, at least once.
No, so they're still talking about the crabs.
Troll. Yeah.
Crabs? Huh?
The troll.
Oh, troll.
Yeah.
Troll.
Troll.
Okay. Alright, then I'm going to go find a male-dominated part of the city.
Post office.
Not that type of male. A dude part of the city.
Do you have a specific meaning for that?
A what?
Do you mean something specific with that? As far as just a part of the city that has just men, there isn't.
You're just looking for sailors.
I'm looking for sailors. No, I'll go to I'll go to either a bookshop or a library or a bar.
Okay.
Those are very different places.
Those are all accessible. What do you think?
Alright, I'm going to the shopkeeper, to people who might be perusing. I'm going to be looking to see if there are any novice arcanists, or any place where novice arcanists can get and exchange notes or talk to each other.
Sailors, do you know where wizards hang out?
Yeah, do you know where wizards hang out?
So by male, he meant not clerics. Wizards. Males are
Which
wizards.
is again making Faerun-based assumptions, but
true.
just so you know, it is a female-dominant society, but it's not necessarily a strict divide between that. There are plenty of female wizards.
They're also known as failures by the way.
There are not a whole lot. There are not much in the way of male clerics, but arcane magics are, of course, open to whoever. They're not gonna.
Yeah.
I just go find them.
Well, I'm looking for wizards, and I'd actually like to pay
head out
one
with you.
for a job
I go find a
that
different
gets them
bar.
more interested.
You're a child.
Yeah, there are no
Make
drinking
an
ages.
investigation check with this
Apparently
guy.
my
Okay.
roof there,
So 11. So 16.
Okay, so you should have a decent bonus. Yeah, you're able to find a wizard, and she. It's like it is now relevant after the conversation being had.
Yes.
And you're going, you said, to basically bookstores.
Yeah, bookstores or libraries.
Well,
Or,
which did you choose? Bookstores would be much smaller.
Libraries
would be much fewer. Yeah.
I'll go to a library.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're able to, within there, find one. It's a bit easier to find because there are, you find the Caradison Halls, which is a major library. And you're able to basically look around, and by targeting sections that would seem more likely for a wizard to be perusing, you're able to more effectively choose people to introduce yourself to find out. Yeah, you.
Alchemical myconoids, yes. I use those too.
But otherwise, yes, you find out who a woman is.
Those are just myconites, right?
No. Yeah, you found Louise says she is has a fair amount of arcane training.
Wunderbar.
Give me things.
9.
There is some. Well, actually, I've been looking around town. I haven't gotten any really good direction as to where I can meet with other people who study the arcane, but I wanted to both exchange notes, and there was something, if maybe you could help me out, or maybe you know somebody. I'd like to pay someone for a small job. Probably wouldn't take more than probably like a couple minutes.
All right. You can almost tell by the look in her eyes as she looks at you, the little guy. She's a little. Oh yeah, that makes it.
Fireworks. He's like, I can test magic.
Yeah.
No.
Strange guy comes up to a lady in the library. I got a job. I can pay you. It's only going to take a couple of minutes. Or if you know someone.
If she's a drow, I'd have to be spirit bombing her to rope her.
There's other places.
That's true.
He's not familiar with that. He's innocent.
Really like feet.
I mean, you're down there anyways, right? She sort of almost takes a step back. And what did you have in mind?
Oh, I haven't studied the well, actually, I might be able to go to a magic shop and if they've got it in stock, but might as well ask. I haven't trained myself in the ability to mend objects, and I just needed somebody to do a once-over on a book I found.
That is literally a cantrip, correct?
Yes.
Make a luck check.
Alright. 15.
15. She has the spell, and basically...
Here,
for
have a gold.
5 gold, she'll...
5 gold for a cantrip?
Well, I'm like...
And she'll do it right here? Yep.
Like...
She'll whip it out right now.
And he's like, it's a cantrip. That's like a 10 silver job.
Well, good luck finding someone.
Okay. And he's like, I can handle it. And he's like, so... That aside... do you happen to know of any mage circles or anything, gatherings that we have so we can exchange research notes?
No, in general, there's certainly an aspect of privacy.
Wow, that's that'll be to your detriments.
It's not something that you find unfamiliar.
All these wizards hate sharing their notes. We could do so much more in an actual college exchanging notes. My notes! My precious magic!
And it's like, yeah, so I'm guessing you guys are sort of going to be kind of fringe if you're odd alchemists that don't have any sort of guilds or...
That's not odd. That is common. That is common.
You are the odd one.
You are the odd one here. From your town, you know that to be true.
Okay.
There are wizards that you have made personal friendships with that will work with that. The idea of sharing that kind of power with someone that you do not personally know and trust is incredibly feared.
Sure.
It is a level of power that basically either I'm really getting something out of this, or I know that I can trust the person. You have a couple people back home. You're nearer at least last year there, you were nearer the higher end of it, but that you worked with, that you knew each other well enough on a personal level that you could trust each other.
Right.
Otherwise, it's largely coin or being you give up something before you get something and just hope that you're trusting someone that will return. Right. You've been burned, but you've had people that keep their end of the deal. So...
Well, if that's the case, it sounds like one of my personal goals is going to be to set up my own first mages college so I can stomp all these solo acts.
That will take a lot of capital.
Yes.
But you could also attract people that have no ability to otherwise even get started, and you could probably...
Yep. So, I'm like, well... If you want to do equal exchanges or you want to pay me for any of my research, then I guess we'll talk in the future.
Well, I am frequently here. There are plenty of things as far as history you can learn if you're working on things yourself, but...
Mm-hmm. Anyway, I'm going to go to the corpse cart.
You, give me magic.
Well, you can at least say you give me a level 1 spell scroll, probably, with 100 gold.
Yeah. He does have money.
Just keep showing up back there with incrementally more gold every day.
What are you doing? Selling iron daggers?
Guessing a game exploit?
Yes, it has to do with fabricate.
Yeah.
It was a game exploit because of wall of iron plus fabricate equals hundreds of daggers.
Won't they disappear when a wall of iron dissipates?
Nope. Not unless the DM fiats it to work otherwise than the spells described in that particular edition.
Yeah, so you make your way up there. What are the pair of you doing while he's out?
I go to a bar.
Okay.
I proceed.
What can I get you?
I point at a beer.
Or a cask.
Yeah. That'll be a copper.
Put a copper down.
You actually have copper? That's why you needed it.
Yes! I perpetually am in need of change.
Yep. And yeah, per drink, you'll just keep it going as much as you want. It's not great, but it'll get you drunk.
I don't want to get drunk.
Well, don't spend too much.
Is there food? I look around, like is anyone eating food? Can I smell food?
There are some things that are basically, it doesn't seem to be any cooked meals, but they do have some basic foods. People eating various mushroom.
I'm just imagining bowls of like
dried meats.
Dried meats. I was thinking like not cockroaches, but some sort of hard-shelled insect. Just popping corn or nuts.
No,
I point to the drip.
Hmm?
I point to the food.
Yeah.
The female wizard drow.
Yes.
What was her name?
Doesn't have one.
Carnatel.
As in hard to tell what her name was?
Nope. As in that sounded like a good thing, and I'm just going to trust that next, if ever he brings her up again, that he'll remind me of who she was.
Okay.
So yeah, I point at the food. Who was that? Oh, that was that lady who was going to give me 1,000 gold for talking to her.
Oh, yes, of course. I remember this very clearly. Did I ever tell you the story about the time we almost made 1,000 gold by talking to a drow lady?
Yes, you did.
Stop telling it to me.
So yeah, I point at food to get him to give me food.
Couple. Yeah, no. Copper.
As in 2 copper.
Yeah, he said
As in a couple of copper. Yes.
Yes, 2. It's a couple.
That's how numbers work. You are very, very good. What are you doing?
I go and find an inn.
Yeah. easy enough, especially if you go near where you entered the city. Yeah, there's a few options.
Just realized we've all split up the party so badly, I don't know how we're ever going to find each other again.
I'll just call for you with my voice.
I figure we just show back up at that office building.
The bounty board.
Yeah.
That's our meeting place.
Yes. And how much is an inn for an evening? I don't know if I've ever slept on a real bed.
Do you want a private room?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm flush with super money.
I mean, not that you would think anything would... I mean, people don't just walk up to you as you're sleeping in the cavern and take your rope. No one would tell you if that happened.
Man, becoming a warlock sure paid off.
You know when I'm probably going to
know
notice my rope's missing?
When they give you back your stuff?
And I don't have any rope.
Yep.
Why'd they steal my rope?
Of all the things, that is really weird.
Oh, it's only rope. I mean, I'm not even that upset. I'm just saying, you guys owe me about a bunch of rope.
To which I'm like, you didn't have any rope. You're like, I know I had some rope.
Yeah,
It's attached right here. On
5
that.
silver per evening. Just for
You can still
simple
see
stay
some of the fibers
at the,
creeping into the back.
the drained cauldron.
Huh? They might as well call it the piss pot.
But they didn't.
I luxuriate in a bed for hours. There's been nothing but walking the last, 2 weeks.
Something like that, yeah. But yeah, so you spend your time laying around.
Looking at the sword. Throwing up the spike chain and realizing this is useless, I'll have to sell this tomorrow. Two-handed. Not useful.
You technically still have time today if you wanted to go out and do that. But
Yeah, I totally don't. I want to lay in this bed.
No,
That is his thoughts, no.
Is your character you now?
yeah, I was kind of wondering.
No. He's just never had a bed. Slept in haylofts and stuff.
Which are way more comfortable than you might think.
Except for when you wake up.
And yeah, so you make your way to the corpse's cart.
Howdy.
You get in, and
Why do you keep coming back?
as you get in, you find the man not sitting on his counter, but after a brief moment, he pulls open basically a velvet curtain from the back room behind where he sits, and just you today.
Yes.
How may I be of assistance?
I'm looking to pick up a basic minor magical wizard's hat.
Is that an actual item, or
Yes.
it's just...
Yes.
Oh, okay.
What does it do?
Allows me to cast a cantrip that I don't know.
Being mending?
Being whatever I set it for.
Do you have to know the cantrip?
No.
Oh,
That would-
hey, I'm not saying that it would make it pointless.
It
would.
allows me to cast a cantrip I don't know. Do you have to know it? I'm just putting those two sentences right back to back.
I mean, can you just pick any cantrip any day, or
It has to be a wizard cantrip, I'm pretty sure.
can you reset it?
I mean,
Does the original maker have to know it? Or can you just say, I need this today?
no, it's any given cantrip, so it's not specific.
Once per day, you can make a check to attempt to cast a wizard cantrip that you don't know.
Okay.
So, it requires a check, and you can only try once a day. He'll sort of speak, and certainly have a few things that may work for that. Did you have anything specific you were looking for?
Yeah, I would like it to match my outfit if
What are you wearing?
wearing my private eye outfit that's got sort of similar color to my skin tone.
He needs a fedora.
Grays.
He needs a gray fedora.
No, it's a wizard hat.
Yeah, I know, but you want it to match your outfit.
It could be that.
Yeah, I'll see what we can do.
What about a pink hat with yellow polka dots and a gigantic peacock feather?
You can take a seat here. I'll be back in a moment. And he does. He turns back through the curtain he'd just gone through, and he's speaking to someone back there. It's hard to really tell what he's saying, but if you're trying, then you may make a perception check.
Might as well. It's 11.
11? Yeah, he's definitely talking to someone. The best that you're able to get is you think the voice responding is probably someone rather young.
Okay.
But other than that, he comes back a minute, maybe later, and he has what is a circular cap with just sort of like a flat top on it that he is able to, with a bit of time and some incantations, basically from the edges rolling up, the fabric itself changes to a gray color that matches very much the sort of jacket that you are wearing.
Like some sort of large fez without a tassel?
It's not nearly as tall as a fez.
Huh.
Technically,
Like Dumbledore hat?
it's like Dumbledore's hat without a tassel.
Okay. Oh, that's cool. I can deal with mini.
I can rock that.
Yeah, I can do mini fez.
You took it out of the box. It's worthless now.
They have all been out of the box.
Worthless.
Yes, worthless. They're cool to sit on my shelf. They're not owned for value. If they were owned for value, that's stupid. They're toys. I might as well be collecting Beanie Babies if I wanted them to.
No, because Beanie Babies are made as a collectible, which means they're by nature worthless. Anything made to be collectible isn't.
Well, that was only after. The first ones weren't.
Tell that to
collectible.
Bitcoins.
But collector's issues of comic books.
Pretty worthless.
Yeah.
And
Speculator boom, man.
for this, that would allow a grasp each day, assuming you have a basic understanding of magic,
Yes.
into some basic powers that perhaps are beyond your usual grasps. I would ask, but would 70 gold sound?
Yeah, that sounds fair.
This is the problem with not having the prey skill anymore. It's like, whatever the shopkeep says, sounds pretty good. If
I don't know. That's
No,
not
the
really.
magic items have ranges, so yeah.
That's why you just say it's a lower price and make a persuasion check to convince them it totally is.
And it's up to me, and depending on whether it really was or not, is whether or not they really can go down. They're not going to cost themselves money. You pretty much cannot roll well enough for them to cost themselves money.
What if I convince them the items are fake and they actually lost money when they bought it?
Well, then they're not. Then they would have lost money, and they can't. Anyway, anyways, yeah, it's spellcasting focus if you need it as such. You must attune to it, and yeah, DC 10 Arcana check when trying to cast a cantrip you don't know.
Okay.
Is there anything else I may help you with?
No, that's what I had for today, my good friend.
What? I suppose it is getting to be nice to see you so often.
Well, as long as we're being friendly and doing good business.
Yep, you've seemed to greatly increase your wealth, and that's worked well for me.
It's an advantage to us both, right?
I see.
Capitalist society, best society.
All shit fries on the corpses of dead Hoctors.
So, you're fed and watered over there, or fed and liquored.
Oh, I go find an inn.
One of you two make a luck check.
7.
So, you might as well have had him do it.
I bet you not. Oh, that's 15.
Yeah, he'd have been next door to you by that. But no, with him, you find it in.
Okay. Walk in.
Are you looking for a single room?
Okay.
Just looking for a bed?
Just uno mas.
The guy's like backing up to where he has like a sword sort of on the wall behind.
Does he have paper?
Not out on the counter if he does. I don't know what you're playing at.
Point itself, one head.
Point itself, summon an axe into your hand.
What's your charisma?
Charcoal at 10.
10.
Use your innuendo skill.
Is that a skill? I have intimidation.
It hasn't been a skill since 3.0.
Good.
Would the firewood would I have any charcoal from the firewood? Partially burnt firewood charcoal.
You took partially burnt firewood?
Yeah, you keep all. I can't get more here. That was my idea. So after we made fire, I would have picked up much of it as I can.
Yes, there would be charcoal in that. You do know that there are places here where there have been wood, so there is some sorts of wood.
Okay, well, I pull out a piece of charcoal.
You just sort of go on the wooden can. Hey! It's a goldenite for you.
It's a goldenite.
Wipe it off, leave. Go to a different end.
If you actually wipe it off, he wants a gold, he can wipe it off himself.
That's true.
To be fair, if you try and wipe it off, it doesn't just wipe off. It smears. It's charcoal.
Charcoal isn't oily.
Yeah, but it's a pigment that as it goes onto a wooden counter, it is going to absorb
I'm
it.
sure the wood is properly sealed.
It's actually probably old and ready. It would have to be sanded to probably completely get rid of it. Otherwise, it's just dark bits. There's dark bits on there. It's not a nice counter. He didn't buy a new one. He got one, and he has that.
Okay, I go to the different one in.
Alright. Walk in. How do you treat this one?
I try to pantomime one room.
Okay, so I get your pantomime for one. What's your pantomime for room?
I do the
Make a luck check.
I do like the full body walking through an invisible door. 9.
She just kind of looks at you.
You offer rooms.
They offer rooms. They offer food. They also offer like a large community places, and they offer they probably have a much nicer room. So it kind of depends on really what he's.
Well,
looking
then they
for.
just charge you for the month
I made
nicer.
like hand motions for writing.
She can get you something to write on.
There you go. I explain it.
You're an odd fellow. 5 silver.
It starts off with "I am mute."
Odd fellow. That is unusual. Unusual is odd. 5 silver a night.
All
Downright
these
queer.
ablest elves.
Downright queer.
Ablest elves.
I go.
That's true. There's blindness, deafness, but there's no muteness.
Which would be more powerful because you can cast it at a caster. But I guess that's what silence is for.
Yeah.
But
But
silence doesn't
nobody
move.
gets that, so.
Yeah. It's because it doesn't move, and I'm pretty sure it requires a
No, it's
concentration
actually
check.
got a pretty restrictive spell selection for who gets access to silence.
So what do you tell your new friend, your old friend? I mean,
Well, we're all friends. I mean, this is clearly, you must
who
understand
are
it.
you? How do I know you?
Earlier.
Just sitting there. I'm just thinking to myself, is this guy seriously not getting it? Alright. That's fine. Alright. So, I ever tell you the story about how you and I met? It's about 6 years back. We were both on that lake. It had all that sand, except the sand was really crappy because it had all the dirt in it. And you were there fishing, and I came up with this big box. And I came in and he asked, what's the box about? And I said, like, well, I had a friend. He gave me this big jar, and he put it in a box, and he told me I had to throw it in a lake. I don't know why, but I trust the guy, so whatever. I'll throw it in a lake.
I can't
You don't
remember
remember
any of that.
Oh, it was a great time. We threw it in the lake. Turns out, water, like, makes it explode. But it was real nice to look at. Also killed a bunch of fish. So we ate up. I had some wine. We drank. We had fun. We became great friends.
Have I seen you since?
No, we haven't seen each other since.
I do apologize. Perhaps I drank too much.
Yes,
I don't even...
I've never been to the surface, or a lake, or
There are underground lakes. There are fish. The darkness of the way he is trying to describe it, the guy is thinking of it in a cave.
That's fine.
You've managed to describe it.
He certainly is familiar with the surface. His family would be from there.
But yeah, I saw his background. I'm like, I knew there had to be some sort of misunderstanding. Clearly, this is all just a big fuss about nothing.
You don't actually worship Vecna, right? You're actually just a con artist sent in by the police to get a confession out of him.
That's clearly what I'm here for. Nah, it's a misunderstanding. I mean, you probably didn't even know what that hand thing was or what they say you had. You probably just picked it up by accident somewhere. Somebody slapped it on you. Maybe you got an enemy who wanted to get you in trouble.
I didn't know what it was. But I think whoever did is planning something.
See, that's the things we need to do. I knew we were right. I knew it was a misunderstanding. And we'll clear this all up as soon as we get with the guards.
If we get to the guards.
I'm sure we will.
Can sorcerers cast without a focus?
Spells that don't require one. What am I going to cast? All of my offensive spells?
Shockwave! 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 Dragon breath!
Without your sea shadow. What do you do after shopping?
Well, they didn't hear anything particularly crazy down south. I guess I'll go look for where everybody's gotten off to and think about
You have no clue where any of your friends are.
Not true. He's pretty sure he's in prison.
Yeah. See, I'm the only person who's being a team player right now.
Mm-hmm. I was thinking about stuff to actually buy from the corpse cart. It's like, we should get some walkie-talkies or something.
I don't think they have walkie-talkies in this game.
No, walkie-talkies. Just limited message or sending that's more powerful than just message.
Yeah, that would totally
I'll
me out.
start
so
looking
much.
at inns and see if I might come across.
Hey, did this person stay here?
Yeah.
We respect our client's privacy.
Let's see.
Oh, of course. Silver.
I don't know. Do you glow?
No.
No.
I am a human-looking child.
I was wondering.
Well, I do have solid gunmetal eyes with no irises.
But why?
I could at least ask
Straight
that.
out of an anime, man.
What color are your eyes? I don't recall. I believe somebody should will pay. Does it say poop color on there? Upon occasion, I've been known to write silver. Yes, my eyes are silver.
I've been known to put things like dreamy, deep.
Metallic gray.
Silver and metallic gray. Silver and metallic gray.
His is a shiny silver. Mine's a dull metal sheen.
Silver and gray.
I just thought that was interesting. I was like, really,
I know
Pokey?
you would understand because you're colorblind, but silver and gray are different colors.
Nah.
It's kind of like how blue and red aren't the same color.
I don't think he has problems with blue and red. It's like blue and greens.
It's like blue and purple.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why if you wear
Which are
that's why
pretty
you wear-
much the same color.
If you wear a purple shirt, you're just like a disembodied hidden orange.
No! You're just might as well be in a dark blue shirt.
It's okay. I don't think purple's really a color anyway, so say scientists.
It's a
Or is it pink that's not a color?
I can see that too.
I
But
don't know
pink
how.
is lies.
Yeah, that doesn't matter.
It's not. I can prove it's not. Show me some pink. I'll point to it. That's pink. Checkmate.
Eat that, science.
Thank you.
But yeah, so you're not able to necessarily find someone that says, yes, your friends are here, but...
I'm finding in.
Yeah, you can get a room for... make a luck check.
10.
5 silver.
Right.
It's possible, because of your size, that there would be a place that would have rooms for someone your size and might charge less because you're technically taking up half as much space. But, no, you just get a normal room.
Half room. Alright. So, I'll pay my 5 silver.
Otherwise, eventually, you all go to sleep.
While I was in my room, I was going to sit on my bed and I was going to take a look at the Tattered Dwarven script.
Oh, certainly, yeah. Before we end, certainly, I'd love that.
Comprehend languages.
It's Goblin. And it's a lot of notes. Talk of animals and such, but it's a lot of notes. It seems almost as if someone's developing or converting some sort of spell.
Oh, okay. Let me go ahead and write it down. Some of the information, just so I don't...
You're more or less, yeah, you just add it, like little notes in there.
Yeah.
You're able to add little details, and for the most part, just sort of cross off not spell bits, just learn, cross out a lot of stuff that is pretty much limited down to here is where the actual spell is within the jumble of notes.
I was just doing my own little translation notes, so I don't have to cast Comprehend Language later on.
Well, point being, basically, you're able to more or less figure out what it means and just make notes for yourself. Here is the part I actually need once actually trying to get this spell
Sure.
down. Do you even have stuff to try and copy over spells?
As far as, like, magical inks and stuff,
Mhm.
I'd have to go...
Back to the cart and the corpse cart.
Well,
and buy 'em.
unless I just have them, then I would have to get them.
No, I just didn't know if you bought them when you... I forgot if you bought those when you got familiar supplies. Nope.
No, just general.
Okay.
Specifically, 10 gold worth of familiar supplies.
Well,
So I'm in prison.
Otherwise, assuming you also take time with...
Your gauntlets?
Actually, that's a good point. Did those require attunement?
In which case, they didn't work at all!
Yeah. Did you take time with your gauntlets? Oh, let's see.
I've been wearing them.
You haven't got stronger. Your arms are just super tired today from basically hurling these giant gauntlets.
You may have convinced yourself, but you would have to attune to them to get the bonus.
So you don't know they make you stronger. All the more reason to.
You know they make you stronger.
No, okay.
At this point, I'm not taking that knowledge back.
Yeah.
But in order to long-term get the benefits, you need to attune to them.
Yeah, it gave me a spark of magic, and I could feel it coursing through me, and then it dissipated because I wasn't attuned.
Yeah. Because otherwise that comes back to the beginning of this episode, and that's stupid. Although you can make some better decisions.
It sounds like he made a plot hook decision.
Yeah, no, he freaking did. Yeah, he did.
I make the best decisions.
More story.
Yeah, no. But yeah, taking time with them,
And
with the whole,
I reconnected with an old friend I haven't seen in 6 years.
Yeah.
with the whole of the book, you are able to discern, while you would need a lot more time with it to actually copy them over, the spells within the book are Disguise Self, Magic Missile, Long Strider, Levitate, Knock, and a wizard version of Speak with Animals.
What was the first one?
Disguise Self.
Disguise Self, Magic Missile, Long Strider, Levitate, Knock, Speak with Animals.
Yep.
Alright.
So yeah, you're able to at least figure that's what you'd be able to try and decipher and copy over when you have the time and resources.
Cool.
I don't think I've
Selling
ever-
spell.
I don't think I've ever been in a campaign where, you have to speak of animals a bunch of animals attack, and you just start yelling at them, "Why are you being such douchebags? Stop this! Why are you being so mean?"
No, I usually just use a minor illusion or ghost sound to scare them.
Mm-hmm. Otherwise, yes, you don't have a proper bed, but they will probably bring over some sort of length of
Cord to hang
a
yourself.
blanket. When they collected his equipment, they also collected the ropes that were tying around him.
They just go, here, you can go to sleep on the coil of rope. The nooses make it more comfortable.
Ephraim Hanley, by the way. But they'll get basically a sheer blanket that you may choose either to cover yourself with or bundle up as a pillow on the stone floor.
Obviously.
But,
You just go up to your chained up friend and keep going, boo, 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 and putting it over his face.
He's in a different cell.
yeah, they're in different cells.
Oh, okay.
By the way, so
Nope, I can make blows of wind.
the rest of you...
Yes, let's make this cavern stone floor more cold.
he chooses it as a pillow as well. You make him regret that decision. But yeah, 3 of you in nice comfy beds. 1 of you not so much. And yeah, that's where we'll pick this up next time.
Experience?
Yeah, you did some stuff. You did lots of stuff. Let's go with like 300 experience.
I believe that is a level.
Sweet. See you next time.